to the Tom's River Show. Pat O'Melia here. You concerned Tom's River resident there. That's why we do this show. Remember, if you need to get in touch with me, you got consumer issues, you got a news story, you got some comments, you want to love us on Facebook, like us on YouTube, all that stuff. It's all on the bottom of the screen as it strolls on by there. Got my coffee. I should have filled it up, but it's kind of lukewarm. We have a new president. Joe Biden has been sworn in, along with Vice President Harris. We should all hope for high hopes for a very successful 4-year term for the president, that everything goes smooth. He ends the COVID-19. We get the vaccines out. I think Jersey, as I'm taping this, is out of vaccines, and there's no appointments available until March. So we got to get some more manufacturing, get some more vaccines out to us. I didn't get my shot yet. A lot of people I do know got the shots, but I didn't get mine yet. I'm not in the group. Please don't put us in a recession or worse, a depression. You know, we got enough problems as it is here. We don't need any of that. No wars, please. And we got to work on the national political healing. That is a real problem here. I know that some people are calling Trump supporters or Republicans. That's what they are. 75 million people voted for a Republican candidate for president. That's all got to be healed. You can't discount 75 million people. Hopefully, President Biden can restore the political landscape here. Or if not, you know, I can see another political party forming somewhere down the line. There were other political parties in our country in our history. Our topics today: the earthquake that hit Ocean County and Tom's River. On the way out the door, President Trump pardoned George Gilmore. We're going to talk about that quite a bit. We're going to talk about writing checks again with your money. Tom's River is doing it. Tom's River homeless shelter possibility. And we'll do quick hits. All right, we're running out of time. We're going to break the commercial. We'll be right back. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, Jersey City. Hudson County's only monument maker, serving all faiths and cemeteries. Design, studio, and large inventory on site. Cemetery inscriptions and custom orders welcome. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, just south of Secaucus Road. Craftsmanship that will last for all eternity. Burns Brothers, Jersey City, Albert H. Hopper, North Arlington. Visit us on the net. The Jersey City Medical Center. You know it for its award-winning, life-saving ambulance service. It's also your health hub, with health and wellness locations staffed with certified professionals all through Hudson County. The Jersey City Medical Center, here to help you with your healthy, here when you need us the most. The Jersey City Medical Center. Visit us on the net to learn more. Jersey City Medical Center, Robert Wood Johnson, Barnabas Health Facility. Let's be healthy together. Consumer Carpets, 3408 Kennedy Boulevard in the Jersey City Heights. Your one-stop store for residential and commercial floor treatments. Carpeting, linoleum, tiles, laminates, hardwood floors, area rugs, remnants. All major brands, all in stock. Free estimates, same-day installation. Consumer Carpets, it's savings, selection, installation. Credit cards and debit cards accepted. Financing available. Consumer Carpets, price to fit your budget, installation to fit your schedule. On the net at consumercarpets.com. Consumer Carpets, Jersey City, 201-792-2712. We're back. Tom's River Show here. Pat O'Melia, you there? Remember all the stuff on the screen? You want to get in touch with me? As I went to sleep last night, actually I went to sleep late, around midnight. When I knew the president was pardoning, I said 100 people. And there was some names, some rappers, that sort of thing, some names I knew of. I didn't see George Gilmore's name in there. And when they said they were going to pardon 100, you don't know if 100 will reach to your local people. Sheldon Silver was one of the names I seen last night. Woke up this morning, Mr. Gilmore had been pardoned. And within like 10 minutes of me being up, there was all the texting and all going on. The earthquake that is George Gilmore being pardoned, it vibrated all through Ocean County and especially in Tom's River. You know, it is amazing. And he was under appeal, so that's all cleared. He is pardoned. As far as I understand how pardons work, all of his charges were federal. They weren't state. So he's in the free and clear. I never thought, as I said on many of the Tom's River shows, that he should go to jail anyway. The things we can do better with George Gilmore than put him in jail. So good for George. He's out. Probably not too good for other people in Ocean County or Tom's River. That's what I call the Gilmore effect. There'll be some effects. To borrow from Senator Bob Menendez, Sr., there's only one Bob Menendez senator, but from Jersey City, we got his son, Bob Jr., thinking about running, so now we've been separating the Bobs, Bob Sr. and Bob Jr., to borrow from Bob Menendez when he was acquitted in a trial, I guess about a year and a half ago, about he was taking supposedly airplane, private jet rides and getting gifts for helping a particular doctor who also got a pardon from President Trump. And other gifts. And Bob is a Hudson County guy. I'm a Hudson County guy, Jersey City. If you know Bob Menendez, you know Bob, if he did something wrong, he didn't know he did it wrong. So all that time during the trial with Bob, I was like, Bob was our bacon guy. He always brought bacon back to Hudson County and Jersey City. And Bob wouldn't take a dime that wasn't Bob's anyway. So I felt those charges are trumped up, no pun intended there. And it was true. He was acquitted. But when Bob Menendez was acquitted, he one of the greatest comments ever. For those, paraphrase, I guess, for those who were digging my political grave, I won't forget. And Bob hasn't. For that matter, that's popping up in Jersey City now. We have an election this year in November for our mayor and all 9 council seats. And Bob is senior, is throwing lobs at the mayor of Jersey City, Stephen Fulop, and so is his son, Bob Jr. So it's going to get interesting in Hudson County. We got a few elections, but the Jersey City one, that should be unless there's a real opposition, Mayor Fulop should win hands down. He's done a tremendous job with the city. But, anything's possible in an election. Again, whoever was digging George Gilmore's political grave, George sees a lot of people with shovels in their hands. Those who sided against George may as well have a shovel in your hand, because George is not going to forget that. George would fit right in Hudson County. You can move George Gilmore from Ocean to Hudson County and not miss a beat. Who has a reason to worry with what can only be described as the resurgence of George Gilmore? Not that he was gone, because George was still in the background, in the corner, still calling shots. He was going to all the meetings. He was working with candidates, endorsing candidates. Who has a problem now that George is out in the open, free and clear? Well, if you're Frank Holman, you could be a problem. You can have a problem there. Frank is certainly right now, this morning, looking at the hourglass. And that hourglass, the sands of time are flowing through it pretty quick. While Frank Holman's been out hunting silly wabbits, I'm sure George Gilmore was having him in his crosshairs. So I see Frank Holman. I think he was elected as chair of the Ocean County GOP in May of 2019. That might have been a special election because of what happened to George Gilmore. As soon as the reorganization or the next election comes by, I guarantee you George Gilmore will return to his position as the head of the Ocean County GOP party. You can take that to the bank. So we're going to break for commercial. You're watching the Tom's River Show. I'll be right back.
You know those times when you need to see the doctor, but you just can't get to the doctor? So where do you go? Go to the App Store, download the Telemed app from RWJ Barnabas Health, and you see the doctor right away. From any mobile device, whenever you want, wherever you are.
Quality care, no appointment necessary. The doctor is online when you download the Telemed app.
Don't you feel better already?
RWJ Barnabas Health. Let's be healthy together.
Newport, the luxury waterfront community on the Hudson River, offers the quality of life you deserve in 10 high-rise rental towers with amenities such as the on-site Newport Path subway, light rail and ferry service, Newport Town Square, 3 playgrounds, dog run, upscale restaurants, Retail giants like Sears, JCPenney, Macy's, and Target. Morton Williams Supermarket is just outside your front door. A health and fitness club, spa, skating rink, and medical facilities are also on site. NewportNJ.com. Enjoy the New York skyline from Newport Town Square. Manhattan is just one path stop away or quick ride through the Holland Tunnel. Nursery and private elementary schools all on site. 12-screen movie theater at the Newport Center Mall. Want to visit Newport? Stay at the Westin or Marriott Hotel. Go to NewportNJ.com for details. Newport has luxurious towers, great restaurants, shopping, New York skyline views, schools, playgrounds, a marina and yacht club, gym, spa, fine wine, fine living. It's incredible. It's you. NewportNJ.com. Newport, live like you want.
We're back. Tom Rivers Show. Pat O'Melia here. You there? Let's continue with what can only be considered the resurgence of what is George Gilmore. I guarantee you, George has been on the phone for most of the day. I don't know when he gets a call. I don't know. It's like winning the Nobel Prize. You wait by your phone to get a call from the president about a pardon. And, you got to go through a whole mechanism of procedures to get a pardon. Also, the big names in your state, Chris Christie was one of the people, Florio, the former governor, my buddy, former Governor Jim McGreevey, Rakowski, I think, was in on that. A lot of heavy hitters in New Jersey were supporting a pardon for George Gilmore. And he got it, so he is back. Do that Terminator thing. I'll be back. He is. So who else has a problem with George Gilmore? Like I said, anybody who took sides against George, it's not a good day for you. Mo Hill, not a George Gilmore person. So Mo's going to probably have an interesting, at least 3 more years. I think it's about 3 more years on his term. His 2021 council ticket. That should be interesting because guarantee you George is going to have a say in the makeup of the Toms River Republican ticket. And he may be at odds with Mo Hill. So that should be interesting. If Mo Hill and the council think they had an issue with Roderick and Stilton from Shore News, you haven't seen anything yet now. For that matter, Dan Roderick. Do you think Dan Roderick was doing the happy dance this morning when he found out that George Gilmore got a pardon? Oh, I'm sure he was. I can see him right now. Just jumped out of bed like, woo-hoo-hoo, baby, George Gilmore. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. And Gilmore and Roderick on the Toms River Council is the enemy of everybody. So I'm certain that those 2 guys will have some sort of a sit down and talk about the future. I don't mind Roderick. I think I know he's thrown lobbed a lot of accusations at Mo and the city council. But look at the Toms River City Council as opposed to the Ocean County Commissioner Board, formerly the Freehold. There was I think the first time in ever recently that the Ocean County commissioners didn't vote in unison. That's not right. When you have 5 people, they all have the same vision, you got to have a different voice in there, just to break up the monotony, if only that. And Roderick brings that to the table in Toms River. I know there's council people and Mo's like, don't say that. But at least he breaks it up. And he makes probably going to those meetings, council meetings, interesting, which hopefully we get out of the COVID and we can actually go to meetings. Who else benefits from this? Well, I tell you what, if you're John A. Baxion, he is the Berkeley Township councilman who announced he's running for the open seat on the Ocean County Board of Commissioners. You are looking pretty good right now. You are looking pretty good right now because you got Gilmore on your side. You had Gilmore on your side before Gilmore should have been on your side, when he should have been concentrating on other things, but he was involved. There were 14 candidates for the Ocean County Commissioner seat. Last week's Toms River Show, we had 3. There were 11 more, and they got to go through the screening process. There's the young man there right now, John from Berkeley Township. 13 other people just went piff when George was set free. George is going to have a huge influence in Ocean County as he had in the past. And it's not going to take long for George Gilmore to get back to where he was before. Writing the Tom's River show just got a lot easier for me. This guy is going to make things change. There's going to be, whoever opposed George Gilmore, they're going to try to hold their ground. Not going to work. George will eventually take over everything in Ocean County as he did before with the GOP. I don't see any way that you're going to hold him back. Frank Holman is not going to stop George Gilmore from taking his position back as the head of the Ocean County GOP. Now, locally, you have some municipalities here in Ocean County that had issues with George and took sides. You're going to have a hard time holding your ground. And that's what Mo Hill is going to have to work on. He is really going to have to get out and about and get positive information out to the public to hold off George. All right, we're going to break for commercial. You're watching the Tom's River Show. I'll be right back.
Good Friend Self Storage in North Bergen, New Jersey is a fully climate-controlled facility equipped with state-of-the-art security, packing supplies, a Refer Friend program, and multiple loading docks convenient for commercial use. Located just off of Route 3 at 4301 Tunnelly Avenue, Route 1 and 9. Call 201-867-2444 or visit us on the web today. Good Friend Self Storage. Let us be your good friend.
Most women who give birth recover without problems, but any woman can have complications after the birth of a baby. Learn the post-birth warning signs, such as fever, headache, chest pain, shortness of breath, increased bleeding, or thoughts of hurting yourself or someone else. Knowing these can save your life or the life of someone that you love. Trust your instincts. If you feel something is wrong, call and get evaluated by your healthcare provider. If your symptoms get worse or you do not hear back from your physician, call 911 or go to the nearest emergency room.
RWJ Barnabas Health. Let's be healthy together.
We're back. Tom's River Show. Pat O'Melia, you there? All right. We're done with George for now, but I'm sure he'll be back next week. But I should probably reach out for him and see if we can get an interview. Writing checks with your money. Now, I've talked about this many times on the show. I am a huge believer in shared services. The more you can spread out your expense as a municipality or even a county government, the better it is for the taxpayers of that municipality or the county government. But you see so little of that. As far as shared services, I think the only one was Seaside Heights. Mayor Boz made an agreement with the Ocean County Sheriff's Office to handle 9/11 calls, and it saved Seaside Heights, I don't know, like $300,000-$400,000 a year or something. That was it. Unless I'm missing something. Tom's River is going to solicit bids for road repairs and repaving in Tom's River. Now, I have the same problem with my mayor in Jersey City. These are the things we should be doing in-house. Not even one attempt has been made to do this in-house. And these were the things we used to do. Our DPWs used to do this. You're going to lay in some sidewalks, DPW did it. You're going to repave a road, DPW did it. You did road repairs, DPW did it. You were going to do sidewalk painting, DPW did it. They don't do that anymore. Everything is farmed out because it's a lot effing easier to write a check to some private company than to do it yourself. Because there's management involved if you're going to do it yourself at a municipality. Do it in-house. Now, whatever the bid amount is for this road repair and sidewalk cuts, they're going to put the wheelchair cuts in the sidewalks also. I guarantee you the amount of money that Tom's River is going to spend for the road repairs and the sidewalk cuts would pay for all the equipment you would have to buy to do road repaving and sidewalk cuts yourself. Now, you may have to train some people. You may have to hire some people that have knowledge of how to work this equipment. But eventually, as you're working it, you start bringing other people in, and they start learning how to do it also. It's kind of like training. You create some jobs, but you are saving money. Believe me, any private entity that's putting a bid in to do that road repair and the sidewalk cuts, they're going to make a profit on it. I don't know if it's going to be a 30 or 40% profit, but they're going to be a profit. That 30 or 40% profit, that private entity, that company is going to make, is out of your pocket. Tom's River has to start doing some of this in-house. It will save the people of Tom's River money. And you will get it done quicker because you have all the equipment and you have the people. Now, there's a lot of roads in Tom's River. You could probably repave and repair roads in Tom's River every day. But not only Tom's River. You got the equipment. You got the personnel. You got the experience. You got a lot of other communities in Ocean County and the state of New Jersey that you could be doing road repaving, sidewalk cuts, and road repairs for. And you're making money. And you're spreading your expense. You're billing Lavalette or Lakewood or whatever county you want to talk, municipality in Ocean County. You're charging them, you're bringing revenue into your town, and you're covering your expenses. You're spreading out your expenses. You've expanded. It is shared services. I'm sure a lot of the other municipalities would be damn well happy. And the county of Ocean and the state of New Jersey, like Route 37. We got to do some road work on Route 37. Instead of the state doing it or the state contracting with some private entity, they could pick up the phone. Tom's River wants to give us a price on this. Tom's River wants $900,000 to take care of 2 lanes on Route 37. Tom's River just made that money. Tom's River put that money in the general fund and spread it out. They need less tax money. But you have to want to do that. Now, Tom's River is fairly good city. In Jersey City, it's 12 square miles. We should be doing that. We're going to start looking at bringing back a lot of the work that we do in Jersey City in-house. Mayor Fulop is starting to look at his own garbage collection. These things are starting to happen. They have to happen in Tom's River, too. And it's saving the taxpayers of Tom's River money. That should be the ultimate goal. Now, and listen, there's an election coming up. You should be able to, these council people who are seated there, they should say, listen, we're doing the road repairs now. We're doing sidewalk work now. We're doing it in Tom's River. We're doing it for other municipalities. We're bringing money into the town. We're saving our town money. We're making a difference instead of just writing a check. It is so much easier to write a check, have somebody else do it. And I sit back like, I did my job. I'm getting the road done. But you cost the people of Tom's River 30, maybe 40% more than if we had done it ourselves. And like I said, the money we use on that bid, you could have bought all that equipment up front. All right, we're going to break for commercial. You're watching the TR Show. I'll be right back.
Pen and Pencil Properties, Jersey City. Shaping the workplace with state-of-the-art office spaces that address your company desires. Building residences that define your home environment. Adjacent to all modes of transportation with on-site parking available. The right address, the right lease. Call 201-521-9000 or visit online at penandpencilproperties.com. Pen and Pencil Properties, building Jersey City for everyone.
We're back. You're watching the Tom's River Show. I'm still here trying to save you people some money and get you the city service you deserve on a timely basis, because it would be very timely because you would be controlling it. Instead of going out for the bids, you'd be doing it already. All right. The Parkway Motel on 166, I think it was also called the American Hotel. It is a location that is under consideration for a homeless transitional shelter, transitional housing, if you would. There's also a plan for a hotel there, an Advent hotel. The homeless transitional housing is a worthy goal and a needed goal in almost every community, I guess, nowadays. Hopefully we can get past the COVID and get the economy back to where it was a year plus ago, and there'll be more people working. But a homeless transitional housing should really be a county program, a program the county runs in coordination with religious organizations and volunteer organizations, very much like we do in Jersey City. I keep bringing in Jersey City. I look at Tom's River as a smaller version of Jersey City. The same issues in Tom's River are in Jersey City, and Mayor Fulop is confronting those, and he does a pretty good job, even with the homeless situation. Jersey City doesn't have its own homeless shelter, but it works with the County of Hudson and works with numerous homeless advocate organizations. Mayor Pullip provides food, clothing, showers, medical assistance. He has portable shower setups in Jersey City for the homeless. They go there, they can take a shower, they get fresh clothing, they get food. Probably of all the mayors in Hudson County, and I know most of them, Brian Stack, Steve Fulop, Nick Sacco, and I guess Robbie Baller in Hoboken. Hoboken's got their own homeless shelter. I think it's a 16-unit homeless shelter. Those guys do as much as they can. Mayor Fulop is doing far more than his predecessors ever did in the homeless situation. That should be a program, and you should have these. I don't know, 166 is the best location for it, but there should be some sort of transitional housing. But I don't think a municipality should run it, because the municipality should be interested in rateables. They should be in rateables, especially with this project. If there's a hotel there, you can get the hotel built. You got your rateables coming in, and that type of business is not going to take for city services. You're not going to need additional schools or garbage and trash recycling. They're going to have private entities doing that. They're not going to utilize a lot of the town services. It's a hotel. But should there be a homeless transitional housing somewhere in Toms River, in Ocean County? Yeah. That's something the township should work with the county and the religious organizations and volunteers to see it come to pass. And maybe if you save some money with road repairs, you can fund some of that. Let's go bouncing around a little bit. The former mayor, we got two former mayors of Toms River on today's show. I filled up my coffee during one of the coffee breaks. Tom Kelleher, Jersey City guy, by the way, Tommy Kelleher, is seeking re-election as a state GOP committee person. Tom is 88 years old, and this guy is still staying active. Now, I don't even know why he didn't run again for mayor, but Tom wants to be involved. He wants to be involved in the political structure. 88 years old, God bless him. I don't know if Tom buys green bananas at 88 years old, but he wants to stay involved. Joe Picari, the former mayor of Toms River, again, Jersey City guy, is considering running for governor of the fine state of New Jersey. I don't know where that came from. I think Citarelli's got it pretty much tied up, but why not? If there's a possibility of the governor being from Toms River, Ocean County, let's go with it. Seaside Heights has canceled their St. Patrick's Day parade for 2021 because of COVID. They're saying we probably may not be out of the woods COVID-wise until like the summer, if then, because we're having a little problem getting vaccines. Like I said, I think New Jersey is out of vaccines as of today. Seaside Heights has started a $2 million eminent domain action to acquire the steel skeleton on the boulevard. You all know the steel skeleton sitting up there. Mayor Boz wants that, and no more delays. The property owner came in with a plan. The planning board put a note on the door, we're not meeting today. He doesn't want to hear about it. And the Seaside Heights carousel should be spinning sometime by the summer of 2022, but the building will be ready, I think, by the summer of this summer. So the house will be ready. We just need the carousel. That's it. We're out of the show. You're watching the Toms River Show. I'm Pat Amelia. Good night. Be safe. I'll talk to you next week.